Yo, what's going on guys, it's your boy itzescotv and today we're back with another video. So in the last video you would have seen that I fixed the coolant leak that I was having. I replaced the radiator with an aluminium one and I replaced the heater matrix with a non-genuine one. Smaller, but it still fit and it still works. So I've not had any issues. It's been a couple of weeks. Oh, there's light there, I'm losing the light. It's been a couple of weeks again since then and I had no issues whatsoever, and yeah, everything's all good. We have a drift day booked for the 27th of September, which for me right now, this is next week, and we've got some stuff to do. As I said before, the car is actually drift ready and has some modifications. However, it still needs a bit of maintenance, and today's video is exactly what we're going to be doing. On the screen now, you'll see a list of things that I need doing before the drift day. Some of them obviously don't need to be done, and then the rest need to be done. As you can see, we need spare parts, fuel, obviously that'll be on the day. I've got a jerry can already that I bought. I just need the nozzle for it. I can only manage to get one. It won't be a problem, but yeah, I probably would have wanted more, but it's okay. It is what it is. And then we've got spare tie rods, which are in the car, and spare drive shafts, which are at work. Same with the diff is at work. From this list, I'm going to show you exactly what we're replacing today. Ignore the mess. I've literally just made that mess right now. But the main thing we need to do is replace the cover gasket, because that is leaking really badly. So the next thing we've got to replace is the power steering pump, because it needs doing really badly. On the screen right now, you'll see a video of what I walked out to yesterday. I posted it on my Instagram. If you don't have my Instagram, in the description, make sure you follow. Let's get started in replacing these two things. Alright guys, so to start off with, we're going to be taking off the intake pipes. So in this one, obviously I'm missing stuff because of the radiator, so stuff's not really in properly. But you should have 3 10mm bolts, one there, one there, and then one here, if you can see that just there, and that will just remove this pipe. For the airbox, you've got to remove 3 bolts. So you've got 1 bolt there, you've got another one there, and then you've got one at the back, just, where is it? I just seen it there. You can just about see that. I don't know if it's going to focus. There we go. And then remove this pipe. I say pipe, it's just the line for the throttle cable, that's all. All the bolts are 10mm, and then you've got to just remove this sensor here as well. You can either unplug it or pull it out. And it will just lift up like that. And then there's a pipe here, you've got to remove it. Disconnect as well. So yes people, at this point we did have a few issues with cars driving past. So here is my little voiceover of basically what I'm doing in this clip. So I'm literally just disconnecting any wiring that's found at the top of the engine or surrounding the engine that is connected to the wire at the top of the engine, just so I can get it out of the way so it's easy for me to take the rocker cover off. So now after about 10-20 minutes of me struggling fighting with the wiring, we finally got it out of the way. And now it's time to remove the breather pipe that is found on the rocker cover. This one, it was fighting me. It was a struggle. I don't know what happened. I did end up actually breaking it, which did result in some issues after doing this, but we did replace it. So I'm just going to warn you guys now, you may need to replace it or whatever, depending on the condition of your car. But as my car is very old, you know, stuff is brittle and stuff can break. Now that we've done that, we're going to remove the coil packs. 10mm bolts on all 6 coil packs. You want to try to keep them in order as best as possible. As you can see on mine, that we have some that are labelled 1 to 6. The only reason for that is because I had to do some diag, because I was having a misfire. But as I said, you want to try to keep them in order of you taking them off. You don't have to, but just I'd probably just do it anyways. Alright, so these 2 brackets are disconnected. The coil packs are out. Now it's time to remove the rocker cover. All 10mm all around, 2 here, all along the side, and there's 1 at the back just there. The sequence that I'm going to do it in, and I reckon you guys should do it as well, is work your way in. So start up on the outside and then we'll start working your way in to the middle. Okay, all the bolts have been removed, so now it should be able to lift up. gasket is out. You can see there where it's been leaking from as well. So now it's just time to replace it. So we're going to do that. First, you want to try and clean up the area as best as you can. Just so, one, it's clean, and two, it doesn't mess with the surface of the new gasket and potentially create another leak. Alright guys, so we've cleaned up the head as best as we can. There's a little bit there that I can't get to, which is really annoying, but it should be okay. Just need to put some sealant there and some there, that's what it was. This is the casualty I've spoke about. This breather pipe here is probably going to throw up a code. Here goes the intake manifold, so I'm going to have to get one ordered tomorrow from work, hopefully, and get it all sorted. So now it's time to rebuild everything, and I'll do that off camera. And then next we're going to tackle the power steering pump. So we're just going to do one of these, and 3, 2. Alright, so all the wiring on top of the engine is put back together. Everything is put back on except for the intake pipes. I'm not putting them on yet because I want to do the power steering pump. They don't really affect anything here, but it's just for the space and obviously the belts and all that stuff. Also guys, before I forget, the bolts for the rocker cover, I torqued them up to 10 Newton meters, and basically I did the sequence of removing them in reverse. So you start from the inner and then make your way out to the outer, basically. So yeah, so now it's time to replace that thing right there. It's not focusing. Replacing that for that, that for that, out, in, old, newish. Let's go. So to replace the pump, you've got a banjo bolt here with a sensor on it as well. There's a sensor just there, and then there's a 14mm bolt right there that holds the bracket, and then the bolt underneath, which I believe might be at the back. Yep, it's at the back. I think it might be a 14 or 12. And then you should be able to adjust the amount of tension on the belt. Take the belt off, and then take the bolts out, take this pipe off. For me, I'm just going to take it off from there. I'm probably going to get a lot of fluid leaking out, but there's not much in there anyways, as you can see. The power steering pump should just come straight out. You might have to do it from the bottom, or you might get lucky and be able to do it from the top. I'm probably going to try and do it from the top. You will also need a drainer of some sort for the excess fluid that's leaking out. Alright guys, so my phone did actually die, but as you can see, the power steering pump is gone. There it is. Now it's time to put the new one in. I think I might put some brake cleaner in there and just swirl it around, try and clean it up a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to do that now quickly, and then we're just going to put the new pump in, and yeah, and bleed it all up. So let's do that right now. Bit of a YouTube magic quickly. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so the new old power steering pump is in. I'll put all the pipes on. I haven't put the wiring on yet because I'll clean all this up. I'll clean as best as I can in there. Obviously it was a lot dirtier than it is now. As you can see, there's a lot of shit in there. I think that's a filter, so what I might have to do is replace this, but for now it should be okay. I'm gonna fill it up with some power steering fluid that I got from Halfords from ages ago, and I just kept because fuck it, innit. So we're gonna put that in, and then we're gonna bleed the system. So I'll be back in a second. Yes people, we are back with another voiceover. So as shown earlier on in the video, I did break the breather pipe. That breather pipe has made the car rev really high, and it was just sounding too loud when I was trying to do my outro. So here is my new outro. All the drift prep that I needed to do was pretty much done. The power steering pump's fitted, and the rocker cover gasket has been fitted as well. I need to clean all the oil that's underneath the car and any excess oil that's been found on the engine as well. That was obviously a result of the leak. If I've done this properly, I should have had any leaks, which I didn't. Obviously after a few days, everything was fine. If you are doing this yourself and you need any questions, just drop it down in the comments or DM me on Instagram. Again, it'll be in the description. I'm always happy to help with any questions that you need. If I know the answer, I'll tell the answer. If I don't, then I don't. So guys, now the IS200 is ready for her first drift day, which is, as stated in the video, was a week from recording this video. You'll see the result of my first drift day in the IS200 in the next video. I'm not going to make any spoilers or anything like that. You'll see exactly how it went. If you'd like to see that video, make sure to like, comment and subscribe. Make sure to turn on post notifications so you know when I've posted the next videos. If you want to see how the build has been going so far, there should be a card in the top right hand corner or a link in the description for the playlist. So make sure you have a look at the playlist and look at all the videos of the car's build process so far. But guys, with that, we're out. Stay blessed. Peace.
Escobar, 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 Escobar. I got profits like I'm Escobar. Escobar, Escobar. Chain stay shining like a shooting star. Escobar, Escobar. Call me El Padrino like I'm Escobar. Escobar, Escobar. Chain stay shining.